Deputy Speaker. Pretty big day in the electorate last week. The old ordnance factory, as it's affectionately known, Bendigo Thales, came together to celebrate its 75th year of defence manufacturing. Just after the Second World War, the facility was opened, and since then there's been a proud and long history of defence manufacturing in my electorate. Thales, of course, is the current owner. They've owned the facility for about 20 years. And I had the opportunity to meet and speak to many of the people currently working there and many of the people who used to work there. If you door knock around the facility in Finn Street, it's every third house you'll meet someone that got their start at the ordnance factory. They did their apprenticeship there, boilermakers, people who worked in heavy metal, and they've worked on a number of defence projects for our country over the years. Many of them were acknowledged on the day, their 40 and 50 years of service, and some of whom who are still working at the site. But it's not always a happy history when it comes to the facility. During the early 80s, it did face shutdown. The then Fraser government, with their razor gangs, tried to close the facility, tried to sell off the facility in a fire sale and shut down the manufacturing site. Some of the workers reflected on that when we caught up last week about the rallies that they had in the heart of town when the former federal member for Bendigo refused to meet with them. It's a site where defence manufacturing has survived because of the way in which the community, in which the union and the workers really rallied to keep defence manufacturing on the site going. Today it is known for its Bushmaster. Bendigo designed, built and made, and the new defence vehicle coming online, the Hawkeye. Again, another proud prototype developed in Bendigo, designed in Bendigo, built and made. Both of these armoured vehicles, when they're in full production with the Australian Armed Services, are credited for saving lives. The Bushmaster is credited to saving over 300 Australian troop lives. It's the design of the Bushmaster. We're starting to export from Bendigo Bushmasters to places like Japan, the UK, the Netherlands, Indonesia. There's Bushmasters that are going to other countries around the world, and there is hope that we'll be able to export more Bushmasters into the future. There's equally hope around being able to export the Hawkeye, another vehicle that has similar capability to the Bushmaster. But what I do say to Thales, who are the new owners and custodians of the site, that what we'd like to see from them is that investment in the next generation of tradespeople. Being able to talk to many of the men and women who've worked there for decades, their greatest hope is that in another 50 years, 75 years, that their children and grandchildren will have had the opportunity to work at the facility. There is a call that as the Hawkeye production comes online, that Thales employ apprentices, giving that next generation a go. That is definitely part of Labor's policy, that any major Commonwealth contract over a certain side, 1 in 10 of the workforce will need to be apprentices. Unfortunately, it is not the policy of the current Liberal National Government, so that guarantee about apprentices was not locked into the Hawkeye contract. But we are very hopeful, knowing how committed that Thales is to Bendigo and the defence manufacturing facility, that they will invest in the next generation and they will bring on apprentices to the site. Congratulations to all of those over the 75 years that have really fought to keep the facility alive. As I said, it has faced closure over the years. The Bushmaster, while it's celebrated today, was a real struggle to get that contract signed and to get it into manufacturing. And I really need to pay tribute to previous members for Bendigo who stood up and fought to keep the facility open and thriving.
Thank you, Member for Bendigo.